What's up, y'all? I'm going to show you guys how to make rough draft number 4. So before this, you need to make rough drafts number 1, 2, and 3. Rough drafts 1, 2, and 3 are simply you just put an adjective at the top of your paper, and then you just use abstract lines and shapes and colors to describe what that adjective looks like in your brain. I actually showed you guys a video for this. I made it. If you want to go check it out, it's just right above this video. Just go check it out on my website. So from these 3 rough drafts, we're then going to look at all 3 of these rough drafts and figure out which one we're going to create into our 3-dimensional shape. So the trick is you got to get all 3 of your rough drafts in front of you. So I have this one. By the way, this one's calm. I have this one's confusion, and I have this one, which is goofy. So the trick is you're going to have to use your imagination. So when I say use your imagination, I mean you have a tool inside your head where you can visualize something inside your head before you actually see it in front of you. So we're going to do a quick little exercise to help you guys use your imagination and learn how to use your imagination. So, well, I'm going to say a word. And whenever I say it, you're going to get a picture of it inside your head. And so I want you guys to simply answer a few questions whenever I say this. So I'm going to say the word car. What color is the car inside your head? Now, everybody out there's got a picture of the car inside their head. And everyone has different colors. Not only what color is it, but I want you to imagine in your head, what do the rims look like? What color is the interior? What do the headlights look like? I want you to move around the car inside your head. Look at it from the top, from the side, from the front. I want you to walk around the car inside your head. Now, I want you to picture an object on top of the car that is very strange. Something odd that you'd never see on a car. That is using your imagination. I've gotten weird things like, somebody said a couch is sitting on top of the car. Some people said a gigantic chicken. Somebody said a gigantic candy bar, like a candy bar sitting right on top of the car. So even if I said these things, I bet you actually pictured a gigantic candy bar or a couch on top of this car. So this thing that you just used to picture the car inside your head, that is your imagination. So that's the skill. That's the tool you're going to use to picture what your finished product is going to be, your sculpture is going to be. So you're going to have to take these rough drafts. You're going to have to take these rough drafts, you're going to have to flip through them and actually imagine what these rough drafts would look like as 3-dimensional objects. So I'm going to start off with this one. When I look at Goofy, I really don't see anything that pops out into my brain. I mean, I kind of see like the ground and these like big spiral things popping up, but honestly, I really don't see it. So if I don't see it, I'm not going to do it. Adios, Goofy. I can sort of see confusion. I can see it as a bunch of strings flowing around with these like weird little balls or, I don't know, just like weird circular things. But again, I'm gonna have to, if I were to make this one, I'd have to hang from a string, and I want this sculpture to sit on a table. So guess what? This one's gone too. So I'm looking at this one, and I can totally see this one as a sculpture inside my head. I see it from the front. I see it from the side. I can see like these gigantic flat hook things coming up over and creating like a little column going down the middle, kind of like an aisle. I can see like these big yellow spheres floating above the wave-looking things. So I can totally see this inside my head. So if I can see it inside my head, I'm going to make it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to take the rough draft that you can imagine as a 3-dimensional object, and I'm going to show you guys how to create a plan to take this and turn it into an actual sculpture. I'm going to show you guys how to actually draw it out. All right, hang on a second. Here's my rough draft. I'm going to turn into my a plan. So what I'm looking for is something that looks very similar to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this, my just really quick drawing that I made, and I'm going to turn it into something that looks like this. And this is a plan, meaning this is what it's going to look like from the top, this is what it's going to look like from the front, and this is what it's going to look like from the side. And I want you guys to either follow along or watch this video and then make your own. So whenever I look at this rough draft right here, what I see is I see these big hooks, and these are going to be lined up. Like, so this is from the top view, right? And they're going to line up like this, going down like a foundation. So I'm going to create, the bottom of my sculpture is going to be a foundation. It's going to be just like a sheet of board like this. And I'm going to glue them right to the top of it like that. And so these big hooks things are going to come up like this, like that. So from the top, I'm going to go ahead and draw this. This is the top view. And I'm going to draw these guys like this. So since I'm looking from the top, these are just gonna be gigantic big pieces of paper, considering I am making this out of paper. And then I have this shape down here. I'm gonna put it right back here. So this is actually the front, and this is the back, and this is my top view. So I'm gonna write top, like that. And then of course I got these little circles, and because they're gonna be spheres, you know, I'm gonna put some of them like this. I can't have them floating in midair. I have to glue them to these, and some of them are gonna be glued like this. In fact, I could probably actually make spheres by cutting out a circle and then cutting out another circle, and then cutting out two of them, and then cutting little slits in them and fitting together like that to create a circle. But we'll get to that later. All right, so that's my top view. So if I'm standing right here and I'm looking at the front of my sculpture, I'm gonna draw a wide line like this, like that. And then I'm gonna draw two angular lines like this and just connect them. So this is the front. So if I was standing right here at the front of my sculpture and looking this direction, I would draw it something like this. So I'm first gonna draw these two big hooks because they're close to me. So I'm gonna draw the bottom, and they come up like this. Like these two wide, big waves. I'm gonna draw this guy here. It's a little further back. Kind of comes up around like this. I'm gonna draw another one. I'm gonna draw these two guys a little further back. Draw this one a little further back. Maybe draw that one. And of course, I have this wave looking thing back there. So I'm gonna draw that, and I have like a wave looking thing. There we go. So this is what it would look like from the front. Right? Now, if I were standing on the side, if I were standing right here and looking at it from this direction, what would it look like? Again, I'm gonna draw, there's the side that's closest to me, there's the side that's furthest away, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out like this. So instead of these being flat like this, I'm actually looking this direction, so they'd be kind of flat. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw these three. So I'm gonna draw one, I'll add another one just for fun. And this front one's gonna look something like this. And this one's gonna be like that. Then I got this one back here, like that one. And I got this back one. I got this thing right here, like that. Now remember, my plan, this plan is just for me. It's not for you, it's not for anyone else, it's just for me. So as long as I can understand this and how to put this together, that's what matters. That's the important part. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw these three real fast. Actually, that one's not so great because then it touches right there. Then of course I'm gonna put my little circle things. I'm gonna add some this direction too. All right, so this is from the side. So this describes, if I were to turn this into a three-dimensional sculpture, meaning I get a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard, and then I cut out these shapes and I glue them down to create a three-dimensional object that I can move around and look at. From the top, this is what it would look like. From the front, this is what it would look like, and from the side, this is what it would look like. Now remember, this is just a plan, literally a rough draft, meaning if they don't go exactly to plan, that is okay. It's not a big deal. So this is generally what it's supposed to look like. Not exactly, but just a general sense of where we're going with this. Now, if you want to also add the color to this, you're more than welcome to. You won't be forced to, but it certainly won't hurt your grade either. So that being said, this is how to create rough draft number 4. And that's what we're looking for. So go ahead and look at all three of 1, 2, 3, pick out the one that you can imagine, and go ahead and draw it out as a three-dimensional object from the top, from the front, and from the side. Go ahead and put your work inside your portfolio, send me an email whenever it's in there, and I'll go ahead and update your grade. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing your work.